It's absolutely almost a reversion to how it used to be, which is the government subsidizing R&D. Then we went through this explosive, it was easy money for everybody because you didn't have a lot of sand in the gears. Now you've got sand in the gears, you got to go to the government to get some of the R&D help. And why not? Because they want to move things domestically. Again, we're not in an era where we only see positives of globalization. I think you and I've talked about minerals. That might be something interesting to discuss.
Yeah, like, again, if you're a... you go look at a startup like Astroforge, which is, has a mission in flight right now to go send a satellite around a asteroid in the asteroid belt. And the goal on the second and third mission after this is to eventually come back with a giant load of critical minerals.
Okay, can I just say something about this? I didn't know you were going to say that. So on April Fool's at Google, we always had an April Fool's joke. And this was years ago. I was answering the phones for the April Fool's jokes. And on that day, someone called and asked me if we were doing asteroid mining. And I was like, it's got to be a joke.
No.
We were.
No. Yeah.
The founders were absolutely investing in this.
Absolutely.
15 years ago.
Yeah, but like this is again one where your ability to get government as a partner to help, like there is a very, very, very clear national interest in figuring out ways for us to meet our critical mineral needs for both defense and the green energy transition in ways that do not leave us completely reliant upon China and Russia.
Right.
Very clear national priorities there. DOD, Department of Energy, are absolutely putting out a variety of programs to help stimulate development there and offset R&D costs. And oh, by the way, you're going to have to work with government to regulate the part where you send a satellite to an asteroid and come back with a big load of minerals, right? Those would be another example. You get really wonky. Like one of the other major areas of potential for critical minerals is mine tailings. So we have 130,000 closed mines in America.
Okay.
Almost all of those mines have giant piles of the crap that was left over when whatever we were originally mining was taken out. Collectively, those 130,000 closed mines and their mine tailings have enough critical minerals in them to meet all of our critical mineral needs as a country for the next 100 years. And they tend to be Superfund sites that are currently leaching pollutants into the ground. So there seems like a really interesting opportunity to use a lot of the bioeconomy development, a lot of venture capital is flowing into that, to use new amino acids and phytomining and microbial mining to come up with really interesting ways to extract those critical minerals and potentially remediate those sites. But like incredibly complex liability and regulatory hurdle to navigate, where you have national labs that could play a constructive role. You have the EPA, you have state governments, but you're talking about literally a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. There are several $trillion in minerals sitting in piles, polluting the ground right now. How are startups going to go help solve that problem?
Right. And so this leads to what you originally were talking about, which is what differentiates Washington is our ability to navigate permitting processes and appropriations cycles and the rules of government, right? And understanding how an agency issues a rule versus what the White House can do with just signaling versus getting an actual piece of legislation passed. That's the expertise here that can help unlock both the markets for these different industries and for people who have finally moved from just software or, SaaS enterprise products into real highly regulated, no joke, space transportation, healthcare finances, which absolutely the government's going to be involved in.